Hi, I'm teacher Renee. I've been teaching for Soar Kids for 2 years. The answer to how long it takes to develop critical thinking skills is different for every kid. However, a critical thinker can analyze facts, can distinguish between what is a fact and what is an opinion. Importantly, can ask questions, can form questions so that they can go through their own process, which might be different from somebody else's, in terms of getting to a deeper understanding of whatever the debate or the issue or the debate question is itself. Debate kind of question allow the kids to figure out where they are actually as people, and then to see, oh, somebody else is thinking more individualistically. No, I'm sticking to my idea. But this is what critical thinking does. It doesn't mean the other idea is wrong or yours is right, but it allows you to make decisions about what is right for you, again, based on facts and what you know. Philosophy in terms of teaching melds nicely with SOAR Kids. We need to provide places for kids to learn how to express their ideas, to have that validated, to grow their confidence in their ability to think critically. Every kid has to learn how to write and to express themselves in order to advance academically. At SOAR Kids, we really emphasize that we look at ideas. The ideas are then that are presented in the books are coaxed out of the kids in a safe environment. The idea comes, the words come, and then the ability to fine tune ideas. This is all done verbally with some backup support where we have the kids write. But essentially, when kids learn how to express themselves verbally, that for many of them, because we do know brains work differently, most kids will find that their writing will improve. Their powers of persuasion will improve. And this is where the debate element comes in. In our class, we usually begin trying to connect with the students where it matters most for them. So we introduce our book, encourage the conversation to start directly from the students themselves. They are the leaders in terms of the conversation. We talk about the events that build in the book themselves. We make predictions because it really gets the kids literally thinking as writers. When I say writers, I really mean creators of a reality, because this is what we're all doing as human beings. So the kids are creating potential outcomes based on maybe their own bias or maybe what they've seen in their own lives, which of course is what all of our biases are. But the book may surprise them, or another student's ideas may surprise them. And as we progress in the book, we come to find out what the author has given, but it doesn't discount what the students had anticipated also, or predicted, or imagined could be happening. We have a brain break. We do something that might be completely different. Maybe it's a movement break. A movement is a really great way to learn. We use signals, which is really important in our discussions. Just use one. I'm starting to automatically do it in my own speech now. This means I agree with you, or I like what you're saying. I disagree. I want to build on an idea. And I actually encourage, and the kids often bring their own signals into the class, which is great because it means your brain is active. It signals to other kids how to respectfully engage in a conversation while you're listening. There are always going to be those shy kids, whether it lasts one class or it lasts right through. So we want everybody to feel comfortable and be able to function at the level that works the best for them. We also want to create an environment, and we do that, where that's okay. There are other ways to communicate. We can use the chat. There are often signals, really signaling a lot, or even just nodding their head, but they're so engaged. They're just quieter. Sometimes they will use the chat even to write out their debate answers. The size of the classes is so important. The thing about the small class size is it really gives each kid a chance to shine. Definitely the teachers at SOAR Kids are aware that there are different kinds of thinkers. There are people who are slower to verbalize, that want to cook their idea a little bit. we can see that, we can read that when we have the chance to just see a few people on a screen. We give a wide variety of genres of books. We're usually centered around a theme for the 8-week reading. It's rare that there will be a book that is everyone's favorite. And that's the whole point, that there's going to be something for everyone. And some of the books are thematically relating to each other. So there's this great ability to enrich the conversation as we go through the course. And I do see that kids like different things. So some kids will want the adventure books or books with a lot of action. Other kids will want books that are really emotionally rich and respond to those books more. Suddenly, that kid has so much to say. If you are thinking about coming to Soar Kids, I would just encourage you to just dive in. Come on in. There are new students constantly, and you won't be alone in that respect. Every person who's in your group will have been a new student at one time or another. Life happens, it's all good. So if life happens and you don't get the whole assignment read, come anyway. Come with an idea of what you were able to read that was of interest to you, a character, a situation, a question that you have, or even an opinion that you have about the book. And this is just the way we start. We start talking about the book and it leads to bigger ideas. We do our best when that happens. If we do have a student who, as I said, life happens and sometimes things get in the way, we still try to find a question for debate that will allow you to engage, because all these questions ultimately are really about life in general, even though they're framed through the book that we're reading. So don't be shy. I mean, be shy, but come anyway. If you are shy, that's okay. But please join us and see what you think.